2 months ago, a group of researchers dropped an AI agent on GitHub with a single promise. It gets smarter every time you use it. No, I'm not talking about Skynet finally gaining sentience. I'm talking about Hermes Agent, an open-source framework from Nous Research that ships with persistent memory, self-improving skills, and works across Telegram, Discord, Slack, WhatsApp, and your terminal. It runs on a $5 VPS. It's MIT licensed, and it already has 51,000 GitHub stars and over 600 contributors. That shouldn't be possible for a project that's barely 8 weeks old. But in today's video, we'll find out how it works, why developers are ditching their existing setups to migrate, and whether it actually lives up to the hype. For the past year, every developer and their dog has been chasing the same dream, an AI agent that actually does useful work without forgetting everything 5 minutes later. Claude Code works great, until you close the terminal and it has no idea who you are. Codex can ship features, but ask it about last Tuesday and it stares at you like a goldfish. And Aider, God bless it, knows your codebase but not your preferences. Every agent on the market today has amnesia. They're brilliant for exactly one session, and then the slate gets wiped. It's like having an employee who shows up every morning with no memory of yesterday. Sure, you can hack around it with markdown files and dot files and increasingly desperate workarounds, but the core problem remains. These agents don't learn. It is April 11th, 2026, and you're watching indiehacker.news. Nous Research started as a Discord group in 2022. A bunch of researchers sharing notes on fine-tuning language models. Not a company, not a startup, just nerds on the internet arguing about hyperparameters. The co-founder and CEO, Jeffrey Quesnel, was previously the chief engineer at Eden Network, which is an Ethereum MEV infrastructure project. So when I say these people understand distributed systems, I mean they were literally building consensus protocols before ChatGPT existed. And then there's Technium, the researcher who created OpenHermes, one of the most popular fine-tuned language models in the open-source world. These two, plus Karen Malhotra and Shivani Mitra, turned a Discord server into a proper AI research lab. And their thesis with Hermes Agent was simple. The bottleneck in AI agents isn't intelligence. It's memory. Every agent forgets. What if one didn't? Here's how the learning loop actually works. When you give Hermes a complex task, say, setting up a Kubernetes cluster with Terraform, it doesn't just execute and forget. After it finishes, it writes a skill file. That's a markdown document that captures the exact procedure, the gotchas, the workarounds, everything it learned. Next time you ask for something similar, it loads that skill and does it better. It's like procedural memory for software. And these skills aren't buried in some proprietary database. They're plain markdowns sitting in a folder on your machine. You can read them, edit them, share them on the Skills Hub at agentskills.io. The whole system runs on an open standard. But skills are just half the story. The other half is Honcho, a dialectic user modeling system from Plastic Labs. After each conversation, Honcho analyzes what happened and derives conclusions about you. Not just your preferences, but your communication style, your goals, your patterns. Over time, it builds what they call a peer card, a deepening model of who you are. So the agent isn't just remembering facts. It's developing an understanding. Then there's the infrastructure side. Most AI agents are chained to your laptop. Close the lid and they're dead. Hermes runs anywhere. 6 terminal backends: local, Docker, SSH, Daytona, Singularity, and Modal. The serverless options like Daytona and Modal let your agent hibernate when idle and wake on demand, costing nearly nothing between sessions. You can literally talk to it from Telegram while it's running, on a $5 Hetzner box in Frankfurt. And the model flexibility is wild. OpenRouter gives you access to over 200 models. News Portal, Kimi, Minimax, OpenAI, or point it at your own endpoint. Switch providers with one command, Hermes model. No code changes. No vendor lock-in. Let's actually install this thing. One curl command. That's it. It handles Linux, Mac OS, WSL, even Android via Termux. Run Hermes, and you're in a full terminal UI with multi-line editing, /command autocomplete, and streaming tool output. It's got over 40 built-in tools. File operations, web browsing, Git, shell commands, code analysis. And if that's not enough, it supports MCP, so you can plug in any model context protocol server for extended capabilities. Now the real flex is the messaging gateway. Run Hermes Gateway Start, and your agent is reachable from Telegram, Discord, Slack, WhatsApp, Signal, and email, all from one process. Voice memos get transcribed automatically. Conversations carry across platforms. And the cron scheduler lets you set up automated tasks in natural language. Daily reports, nightly backups, weekly audits, all running unattended while you sleep. Coming from OpenClaw, there's a migration command. Hermes Claw Migrate imports your settings, memories, skills, API keys, everything. One command. No drama. Look, I've seen a lot of AI agent frameworks come and go. Most of them are glorified wrappers around a chat API with a fancy landing page. Hermes is different because it's not trying to be the smartest agent in the room. It's trying to be the one that remembers. And in a world where every other tool wipes your context clean between sessions, that's a surprisingly hard problem that no one else has solved this cleanly. 51,000 stars in 8 weeks. MIT licensed. Runs on a $5 box. If Nous Research keeps shipping at this pace, every other agent framework is going to need a very compelling reason to not support skill files and persistent memory. This has been indiehacker.news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.